President Biden's going to be delivering remarks on his response, the administration's response to Hurricane Ida, and perhaps the aftermath. Dovetail that into the discussion about infrastructure spending. How much is this going to be a related discussion? And after market, we get perhaps a view into the chip shortage, into some of the demand for stay-at-home types of remote working devices. Broadcom reporting earnings, as well as HP and DocuSign. John.
Lisa, thank you. Let's turn to the main event. Rob Carolan joins us now, Bloomberg meteorologist. Rob, it's always good to catch up with you, sir, unfortunately at a difficult time for this city and beyond. Rob, let's just talk about how historic the event of yesterday evening actually was.
Well, we're talking about a 1 in 500 year event, Jonathan. If you talk about just the pure statistics, there's less than a 2%, 0.2% chance of this happening every year. The rainfall totals for the Central Park are just remarkable. As you mentioned, over 3 inches in 1 hour last night. 2 hours, 4.65 inches of rain fell. In 3 hours, 5.2 inches fell. The total for 6 hours, 6.82 inches. There is not a pumping system in the country that could handle that type of rainfall in a metropolitan area. New Orleans can't handle it. The only place we could have put that type of rain would have been into the Grand Canyon.
Rob Carolan, you are the adult in the room, and I want to cut to the chase on climate change in a 1 in 500 year statistic. It's changed, hasn't it? Do we need to get used to this?
Oh, boy, that's such a complex question, Tom. The big issue is we got to keep in mind that the oceans are definitely warmer than they've been in the last 30 years. These storm systems feed on warm water. We had a phenomenal flow around a really well-developed circulation with Ida. Because it was so intense going inland, it kept that circulation. There was a great connection of tropical moisture last evening and yesterday afternoon right up the East Coast, and then north of that warm, moist air, we had cool air. So you have this warm, moist air colliding with the cool air. You're effectively wringing out the precipitation as well as you possibly can do with a rainfall rate of, I think it was about 4 inches an hour at Newark Airport. They had half an inch of rain in 6 minutes' time. So when you're wringing the precipitation out that efficiently, it's just remarkable to see it. But this has happened in the past. Between 1970 and 1999, 60% of the flooding deaths have been due to inland flooding, freshwater flooding. When Camille in '69 went through the Central Appalachians, it dumped 20 inches of rain in less than 24 hours. That's the really bad thing with these strong hurricanes. Even though they're far inland from where they make landfall, they are usually prodigious rain producers, and that's exactly what happened with the remnants of Ida last night going across the tri-state area. Even into New England, we've had the south coast of New England pick up 5 to 7 inches of rain from this storm system.
Rob, but the thing is about New York City is that it is not an inland region. It does have the ocean right next to it. How much is the flooding going to potentially subside or get worse as the tides go about the day?
Well, the good news is the wind direction is going to be shifting around to the north and west, so that's going to have the tendency to push any tidal conditions offshore, so that's good news for us. In regards to the local rivers and streams, they're certainly going to be up the next 24 hours, but we've got high pressure building in from the north and east. It looks relatively dry through the rest of today, tomorrow, Saturday, and then into much of Sunday, so we're going to get a chance to get those rivers up today and tomorrow and then quickly bring them back down.
Hey, Rob, good to catch up, buddy.